Hello, my sisters and brothers. How are you? I hope everyone is blessed and doing well. Happy New Year. So, I wanted to talk about the third eye and yoga and meditation and different forms of meditation and things of that nature. But let me read a verse first. Joshua 1:8. Keep this book of the law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. So, obviously, meditating on the word is reading the word, memorizing it, pondering on it, taking it to the Lord for more understanding, praying. All that is a form of meditating, which is acceptable to the Lord. He wants you to do that. He wants you to have a Christ like mind. And in order for you to have that, you have to read the word, getting understanding, and you will start to build your Christ like mind. So, there's nothing wrong with that. Anything outside of that, in the form of meditation that's worldly, is of the devil. We know that he's a copycat. There's a lot of people that use meditation sitting upright, holding up the 666 sign with their hand and crossing their legs, or just sitting there, or just lying there on their back. Anytime you have to take some type of a form in meditation, it is opening up your third eye, which is forbidden. And we have a light that comes out of our forehead. I'm not assuming this. I have seen it with my own eyes. And it's no wonder that when people do fall into the deception of meditation, that he focuses on the third eye right here, which blocks out your light with his darkness, his third eye darkness. So when you do these things, when you do yoga, or you're sitting there meditating for hours at a time, and you're chanting and you're sitting upright and doing all this stuff, you are opening up your third eye, and you are welcoming demons into your body. And when God opens up your eyes, it is not something that you have to do for that. It automatically opens as you grow in the Lord. You will start to see the truth. You will start to see more clearer. Your spiritual eyes will be open. You'll start to get your spiritual gifts. That's all comes naturally. You don't have to do anything in order for that to transpire. But with the third eye, it's an actual process. You have to do something specific in order for you to open up that third eye. So let me tell you my experience. This was about 9 years ago, and I was praying and doing everything I felt that was right, and nothing in my life was going right. Nothing made sense. I was still getting attacked. None of my prayers were being answered. So I decided to take a different approach. Don't ever do that. The way that the Lord tells you, the path that He has for you, you need to take that path and that path only. That is the only way. Jesus is the only way. Don't ever take it upon yourself to take another direction, because when you take another direction, you're going outside of the path which leads to the devil. There's only one way with Christ. So I started meditating on my back in the dark, like 3 times a day for hours, just laying there, closing my eyes, and I would just be thinking of, the Lord. I would be thinking of the Lord, but I had no idea like what was going on. I would stay in the dark, and all of a sudden I would hear the light flick on, and then I opened up my eyes, and the light was still off. And I was just like, what is that? And that will always happen every single time that I meditated. And I didn't realize till afterward that it was the Lord telling me to get out of the dark and get up. So a lot of strange things started happening. I would hear like these weird buzzing sounds like bees, and I'd see like little cartoons floating like Santa Claus and all this like crazy weirdness. It's like I was opened up to this new demonic type of world, and I was seeing all these type of demons on the walls like shadows, and they would be kissing and drinking blood, and it was just like it was like a mess. And I couldn't figure out what was causing that. And I was listening back then. I was semi saved. I was still listening to worldly music, and I would notice a lot of the celebrities, they will always say, like Rihanna, that song where she says, "Get along with the voices inside of my head." They always talk about hearing voices, and they always have the one eye that they're showing. And the Lord showed me that they actually open up the third eye, because that's how they get their knowledge, through the devil. So they all have to go through that process. That's how come they're always flashing up the one eye. Um, so after doing this for a while, I had this dream that I was like in Egypt, and there was like this lady that looked like Jasmine from Aladdin, and she had this red dot on her forehead, and she was on this rug that for some reason I knew the rug could move. It was just very demonic. There was like mummies there and all this weird stuff. And when I walked in, she told me to kneel down, and then she was just like getting ready to do something, and then she started looking on my forehead, and she was like, "Where is it?" And I didn't say anything. I didn't know what she was talking about. I was just going like that, and she was like, she just kept looking, and then when she couldn't find it, she took her rug and she threw everything up, and then she told me to get out of her face. And as she was walking away, I heard her say, "Oh, we can't read her mind anymore. Somebody burnt the third eye." And then I woke up. And then once that happened, everything started to change. Like all those demons on the walls that I was seeing, that was kissing, he gave me the word Holy Ghost fire. And I just knew what to do from then on. And I would just say things, and whatever I said, it will come to pass with these demons. It was one of the most supernatural experiences that I have ever had. And I would even see like these angels. I couldn't see their face. I could see their stomach and down. And I saw the sandals on their feet and the swords, and they were just like fighting on my behalf. And everything that I would say, when they would drink the blood, I would be like, I turn that blood into the blood of Jesus. And then they would drink it, and then they would spit it back out. I mean, it was absolutely surreal. There was so much more, but I'm not going to get into all that. But basically, he delivered me from that, and everything that I was going through and that I was seeing, it all changed after that night. And I remember him saying that it is extremely deceptive, and a lot of Christians are doing it, not knowing that who they're really communicating with is the devil. Like they can hear voices, and the voice will even tell them that they are Jesus. And it is extremely, extremely deceptive, because I was hearing these voices and I believed it too. And, you know, he showed me all this for a reason. And, you know, he doesn't want Christians to have anything to do with the third eye. It is forbidden to be opened. That is what the Illuminati is into, to get the knowledge of Satan. Um, So that's basically it on that. So this morning I was laying down and I was not sleeping. This was not a vision. You know, like when you just wake up and you just don't want to open your eyes yet. That's what was going on with me. And then all of a sudden I saw this huge black spaceship, and it just like shot out a blue light, and then I woke up. And this is like the fourth time that I have seen a spaceship. There was one time in the middle of the night, I was just looking out the window, and I was laying down on my couch though, and I saw, like, you know, like when spaceships fly and then they tilt to the side, it tilted to the side at my window. This was in a vision, not real life. And it tilted to the side, and I could just see the shape of it, like the shape of it real quick on the side, and I seen like a blue light flash out of it. And the two others I already mentioned in my last video. So another sister, her name was Sister Carrie, I believe, Carrie Ann. She just put up a video not too long ago about hearing a audible that all the ATMs will be shut down worldwide. I already cleared out my bank account. I feel like the 3 days of darkness is not far away at all. That's just me. That's how I feel. I had two visions about it going completely dark, and then I just seen a spaceship this morning. I also had two visions that I was in a school, a huge university school. This is the second time, and the first time I knew that I had graduated, and I was trying to go to my next class, but I could not find it. and it was like a huge, huge school, and there were people standing around and talking, and I was like the only one just looking and trying to find my next class, and I couldn't find it. And then in the midst of that, I heard the very ending of the national anthem song playing, for the land of the free and the home of the brave. That's what I kept hearing. So the land of the free to me means heaven, and the home of the brave means heaven, and we're supposed to be the brave ones, the warriors. That's what I gathered from it. And then another one I saw, I was in a school, and I knew that it was a college school, but I wasn't sitting down in the class. I was just walking around. I don't know what I was doing. I remember seeing one of the guys that I went to school with, and I was just like, oh, look at it's Thomas, and he's in college now. But I was just in the back. I don't know what I was doing, and it was just very weird. I just knew that I was in college, a college class, but I didn't feel like I was in the college class, if that makes any sense. So I don't know. I also had a banquet, a wedding feast dream. This is the first dream I ever had like that. I saw that I was getting dressed, and I was putting my hair in a ponytail, and I was dressed in all white. And there was a whole bunch of people there, but I didn't recognize any of them. And I remember walking to my table, and it was so huge, and it was already set. It was so pretty the way that it was set, and it was so pretty that I didn't even want to sit down yet. And I realized nobody was at the table, so I didn't feel comfortable sitting down. I was waiting for everybody else to arrive, and that's when I woke up. So I don't know. I feel like these are all signs that are leading up to perhaps the gathering, the transformation, the 3 days of darkness. You know, that's just what I feel. So that is basically it, you guys. Have a blessed day, and see you later.